It was the final game of the regular season for the men's basketball team as a streak was ended in the PMAC.
And it's the same old story for the baseball team as they just keep on winning.
Plus, we'll take a look at tennis and gymnastics action from over the weekend. You're at the Sports Desk, and it starts right now.
Let's go!
Hello and welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm Morgan Beard here alongside the lovely Kelsey Wingert as always. But Kelsey, spring is upon us, the weather is clearing up, the clocks have sprung forward, and spring football is here.
But one frigid reminder that it is still officially winter is just how cold the LSU men's basketball team is heading into the SEC tournament this Thursday.
That's right, going into the final game of the regular season, the Tigers were riding a 7-game win streak inside the PMAC as the Georgia Bulldogs came to town. It was senior night for Siobhan Coleman and Andre Stringer, but it was all Andre in the first half, as right here we start with one of his 3 3-pointers of the first half, right there to give the Tigers the lead early in the first half. Just look at this vertical right here. He jumps as high as I am tall, which isn't saying much, but it's pretty good for elevation on a jumper, I gotta say. But the next play right here was the play of the game. Stringer gets stuff right there, corrals it back for a beautiful layup. So pretty that even Shakespeare himself would write a sonnet about it. Let's take a look at this one again. It's poetry in motion, folks. It's that simple. Look at that nice circus shot by Andre Stringer. But it wasn't enough against the Georgia Bulldogs. They came out firing in the second half with a barrage of threes behind the line as the team as a whole shot 9 of 15 from outside the arc, which is a 60% clip, which is nearly doubling their season average compared to the rest of the year, but merely 35% from beyond the arc. Kenny Gaines with 20 points, Charles Mann with 22. The Georgia Bulldogs were simply lights out from beyond the arc as the LSU Tigers were helpless, couldn't stop it. Georgia went on to win 69-61 as Andre Stringer and Johnny O'Brien say their final goodbyes for the fans for possibly the last time. And as stated earlier, it was the last home game of Stringer and Siobhan Coleman's LSU careers. And following the game, some of the players gave their thoughts about going out on a loss.
I mean, I'm really going to miss this place. Been around for some time. Met a lot of great people. Been around a lot of great people. Been around a lot of great teammates. And, you know, I'll never forget my time here.
Yeah, it just wasn't a great night for me, man. Most importantly, you know, I just hate to send, you know, Andre and Siobhan off with a loss, man, because, you know, those guys mean the world to me. So, you know, it's tough.
Yeah, Coach made it clear, you know, regular season over. What we going to do? We can even go up or we can go down. I mean, we got to make a move.
As Anthony Hickey alluded to, the SEC tournament is up next for the Tigers as they face Alabama on Thursday night.
The LSU baseball team just finished up a string of 5 games in 5 days with a sweep of the Purdue Boilermakers this weekend at Alec Box Stadium. The Tigers roared to a dominant 10-0 win Friday behind Aaron Nola's 12 strikeout performance. LSU had to come from behind for a 4-2 win Saturday, led by a 7th-inning small ball rally and 2 incredible defensive plays from Andrew Stevenson and Tyler Moore. The Tigers wrapped up the series with a 7-3 win on Sunday to complete the weekend sweep. Here's what LSU head coach Paul Mainieri had to say after the Tigers' impressive win on Friday.
I'm really proud of our guys. I thought they played a great ball game, really, all around. And you know, this 5 games in a row deal, I know everybody was concerned about it. Honestly, I thought it was a silver lining for us. With each passing day, I just feel our team playing looser and more confident.
The Tigers face Nicholls State Tuesday at 6:30 in Alec Box Stadium.
And switching gears here, the LSU gymnastics team had yet another win last Friday against North Carolina State despite having a little bit of an off meet. The team earned a 197.5, which was actually a drop from their record high last week of 198.05. However, this was the team's 8th consecutive meet where they earned higher than a 197, which matches the school record from 2004. Coach Dee Bro said after the meet, she's glad the team had an off day before regionals, although she is not worried that her girls will get it figured out in time.
The men's tennis team hosted a doubleheader Friday against number 38 Alabama and unranked Alcorn State. The Tigers held their own against the Crimson Tide until sophomore Tam Trin fell to Alabama's Stuart Kenyon in the 3rd set of the final match. LSU lost 4-3 to Alabama. The Tigers were able to change their momentum and later went on to defeat Alcorn State 6-0. LSU is scheduled to host George Washington University at home this Thursday at 3 p.m.
And with that, it's time for the first break. But when we return, we make the booming town of LaGrange, Illinois happy as Johnny Lombardi takes us to the lounge to preview some March Madness.
We'll be right back, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Sports Desk. Now, even though it's officially March, the madness hasn't quite reached fever pitch yet.
In this week's Lombardi Lounge segment, Johnny Lombardi recaps a few teams who punched their ticket to the big dance and a few others who lost their invite. Johnny, do your thing.
Thanks, guys, and welcome to this week's edition of the Lombardi Lounge. The madness is coming. Just looking at Joe Lunardi's bracketology makes me lose my mind just a little more than I already have. Who's in? Who's out? Who the heck is Coastal Carolina, and what is a Chanticleer? I can't even say that. For some teams this weekend, the glass slipper fit, and for others, it was just a little too small. Let's take a look at the highlights here. Florida Gulf Coast and Mercer, Dunk City, as they were called last year as the 15 seed, made a run in the tournament. This is the Atlantic Sun Championship, and right here, Florida Gulf Coast trying to come back. They're losing to Mercer. Little boy, get off of him. Great dunk there. Florida Gulf Coast called Dunk City for a reason, but Mercer, the Bears, have not been to the tournament since 1985. They're going to make a run. They lead right here as it's Collins with the 3. Mercer again, shot clock coming down. It's Hall with the jumper, and he hits it. The Mercer Bears shocked Florida Gulf Coast in the A-Sun Championship. Heartbreak for Florida Gulf Coast, and Mercer has punched its ticket to the big dance. The slipper fit for the Bears, and they're going to the tournament. A hard break for the fans there at that game for Florida Gulf Coast, as they will not be able to make another Cinderella run. But another big story is Wichita State, the second-ranked team in the nation. They are looking to go 34-0. This is the Missouri Valley Conference Championship game right here. Van Vliet for 3. That is butter. Can't get any better than that. As Wichita hit the Shockers, trying to shock the world and make another run. Van Vliet again. Cash. Can't stop the Shockers. Excuse me, that was Cotton for the 3 there, and this is Van Vliet. Too good. You can't get much better than that, and Wichita State completes the perfect season, 34-0 in the regular season. The Shockers will definitely be a #1 seed heading into March Madness.
Johnny, it was no shock that you just dominated your play-by-play, as always. But, man, I love March Madness. It's one of my favorite times of the year, as everyone knows. I can't wait to fill out my bracket, yada, yada, yada. But before we hit Selection Sunday next weekend, I wanted to hear you guys' Final Four and a sleeper pick for each bracket. Johnny, let's start with you.
You know, I got some advice from my friend Mike Makey from the University of Kansas. He's a journalism major there, does all the same stuff. Yeah. I asked him for some of his advice. So I got Florida, Duke, Kansas, and the Virginia Cavaliers in my Final Four with a sleeper. Watch out for Cincinnati.
Watch out for Cincinnati. Okay, Kelsey, what say you?
All right, I'm going to say Florida, SEC, gotta love it, gotta love it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Arizona, Michigan State, and Louisville. I mean, I just feel like they're hot every season. You know, them and Duke, they're just always kind of competing for that spot.
Not bad picks, guys. But you know what? I don't know about my Final Four, but I know about the Final Two. I'm going #puppies and rainbows. LSU's winning the SEC tournament. They're getting the automatic bid, and they will be playing the OU Boomer Sooners in the championship game.
Just stop.
Repping the home states here, you know, going, being a little bit of a
Just
homer.
stop.
But
You don't see me putting Illinois in my Final Four.
but that's it. I'm calling right now. LSU over OU in the championship game. And that's it. I declare it. But anyway, that's it for me.
Well, it's time for the last break of the show, but we'll close out the sports desk with some hard-hitting women's basketball action.
Literally, hard hitting. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the sports desk. Now, you both know basketball can become a little physical at times.
A little bit.
But apparently the game is a little more physical in the great country of Finland. Check this out. A little play there, get a little rough in the paint.
Falls, something
get
she
ready.
got hurt.
Watch out, bottom left of your screen. Oh boy.
Oh! What?
She's yelling timber. She's yelling timber.
She was knocked out cold.
Man down.
Rocky versus Drago over here.
I hope there's a Rocky
Wow.
to avenge her what looks like to be death. Hopefully she's okay on that one. Johnny, what was that? What?
Kelsey, I mean.
Watch out.
Nice, all right.
Kelsey, don't be throwing any cheap
Kelsey,
shots
let me
on
throw
the
in the
set
elbows
over
on the
here.
show here. I have my jaw. That's why I have this job.
That was crazy. Do you know if that girl is okay, Johnny?
I think she ended up being all right, but that was a vicious hit. It was all over Bleacher Report, all over social media, and I guess they just play basketball a little tougher than
That
we
was
do.
worse than the hockey shot. What was it, Bertuzzi from a few years ago, where he cheap shot at that guy on the
I don't know if it
ice?
was worse than that. Let's pump the brakes
yeah,
here.
okay.
But-
Hockey gets real violent.
It
though.
does,
I mean,
but that was I never seen anything like that.
Yeah,
but
that's crazy.
Hey, that's how we're gonna call it a night here on the Sports Desk. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for the latest news at ttv_sports.
And you can catch us here next week on Campus Channel 75 at 6 o'clock.
for Morgan Beard and Johnny Lombardi, I'm Kelsey Wingert. See you next time.